Hi there, I'm Dr. Francesca Zampollo, and as you know, I talk about food design. In this video, I want to share with you the 7 food trends for 2018, so you all food designers will be able to be inspired and design accordingly. Before we get into that, I just want to mention my book called Start Chat. You can find it on Amazon. I will put a link in the description below. This is actually a food design thinking method in the form of a book. It's actually a card games. And the reason I want to mention this is because if you're interested in food trend and you want to design according to food trends, then this is one of the food design thinking methods that will help you investigate even more, even further, your food design context or the context, let's say food trend, that you want to design on. So for Start Chat, I just wanted to mention this. I will put a link below. So the 7 food trends for 2018. Let's go straight into it. Number 1, plastic-free world. Finally, the world is slowly waking up and realizing plastic needs to stop. Plastic was declared one of the greatest inventions in the 20th century, and we are finally realizing that it's one of the greatest evils of the 21st century. Researchers have known this for a while, but the general public, is finally waking up. So we are seeing more and more efforts made to start reducing plastic production and use, and especially single-use plastic, which is complete nonsense. The amazing Sir David Attenborough filmed Blue Planet, highlighting some of the consequences of plastic. And now even the Queen has announced the start of a transition to plastic-free royal estates. If you think about the implications of single-use of plastic in general, but single-use plastic in particular, within the ocean specifically, you can be mind blown, and I want to show you just a little video or little pieces of a video that will show you just to what extent it is that plastic is ruining this planet.
Oh man! Show me please, I want to. Oh my god. That is just freaking... Oh man.
On this line, and maybe because of this video, and in particular focusing on single-use straws, I think that one of the biggest companies that have launched this campaign to stop single-use plastic is strawless.org with #StopSucking, because they got a bunch of celebrities involved, and here what they have launched.
I suck.
I may not look like I suck, but I do.
Van Jones sucks.
I've been sucking on TV since I was 10.
Everywhere I could suck, I would suck.
I've sucked in over 90 countries.
Democrats, Republicans, Independents, we all suck. You know who else sucks? Kendrick Sampson.
I'm Kendrick Sampson, and I suck.
We suck together.
Sure, I've sucked, but Una sucks even more.
Una sucks.
And I suck. And I suck.
And I suck. When someone tweets, I suck, I'm like, I know.
Statistically speaking, most of us suck. Most of us suck every day.
Suck, suck, suck.
Suck. Today, you probably used one of these.
500 million plastic straws are used in this country
Every single day.
And many end up in the ocean, polluting water and killing sea life.
If we don't act now, by 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish.
You know, like you go snorkeling, you look down, and you don't see fish, you see plastic. But there's something you can do about it.
I will stop sucking.
I will stop sucking.
We will all stop sucking.
We will all stop sucking.
If you do.
Hashtag stop sucking.
I don't really like to call this a trend. It's actually just waking up and opening our eyes and not being blinded by convenience and consumption. But undeniably, the awareness around single-use plastic is becoming bigger, and it will continue to grow. So, food packaging designers, start thinking. In fact, somebody is already thinking in this direction, like for example, those investigating how to print labels on food itself.
So what you see here is you don't see ink. This is not ink. This is not the addition of ink to a material. This is taking the material itself, the wood itself, and converting it into graphene, and the laser allows us to write it into any pattern that we wish. This is on a piece of wood, or we can do it even on foods, like this is a potato, a piece of bread, and so you can convert the carbohydrates that are within bread to graphene, or we can do it on a coconut, so you can take a coconut and convert that into graphene.
Number 2, the circular food economy becomes more mainstream. We will see more companies moving away from zero waste to systems in which waste is not only recycled but can be upcycled into a more robust revenue generator. I have recently published a video on the circular food economy. You can watch it following this link up here or the link in the description below. In terms of culinary trends, we are seeing a rapid expansion of the so-called GOTH food, maybe after all the rainbow and unicorn fantasy food that we have seen. And we are seeing a growing appreciation and buzz around Hawaiian food and Israeli food. Number 4, root to stem. Following the nose-to-tail movement from a few years ago, we are now seeing an expansion of the concepts root to stem as another way of reducing food waste that becomes a conscious and now well-advertised way of cooking with the whole fruit or vegetable, including stems and leaves. This is one of the things many of us were taking for granted, but apparently only now it's entering the pop culture. Some of the restaurants that have been leading the way are Erba Brusca in Milan, Italy, Gigi Trattoria in New York City, and the Portland Restaurant in London, UK. If this is a new concept for you or for your customers, definitely worth embracing and showing off with it. Number 5, cannabis cuisine. As more states in the USA legalize recreational marijuana, we are seeing a growth in the variety of food products containing marijuana. But in other states and in other countries, like around Europe for example, we are also seeing a growth in the variety of food products containing hemp, which is the non-psychoactive variety of cannabis. It has less than 1% of THC, which is the molecule tetrahydrocannabinol, or the main mind-altering ingredient found in cannabis plant. Both marijuana and hemp, so cannabis with and without THC, are rich in omega-6 and omega-3, gamma-linolenic acid, which supports the normal function and growth of cells, nerves, muscles, and organs throughout the body, and the seeds are about 25% protein, which by weight is similar to beef, and also provide nutrients including vitamin E, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, sulfur, calcium, iron, and zinc, and a bunch of other benefits. Conclusions: cannabis contains a whole lot of good stuff, people are aware of it, and as a consequence it's been and will continue to be included more and more in our menus. Restaurants and food product designers, take note. Number 6, hyper-local food. Hyper-local restaurants are food service businesses that grow produce on their own property, usually in the form of a backyard or rooftop garden. The concept of hyper-local food sourcing grows from the desire for vertical integration, which is achieved when a business controls the raw material, production, and sale of a product from start to finish. While in the past this concept has been found primarily in Michelin star restaurants like Ashcombe Hall and L'Enclume in the UK, for example, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, now in this new wave of hyperlocal, restaurants are smaller, cultivating their own supplies even in urban locations. Some examples are the Dairy and the Three Hares again in the UK. Number 7. Indoor at-home growing. In direct connection with our previous trend, one thing that I find particularly exciting is going to be the continuing growth of indoor at-home do-it-yourself gardening. We have seen, for example, products like Click and Grow to grow vegetables on your kitchen counter and bring nature and the pleasures of gardening to those living in city apartments as well. We have seen products like these for kitchen top aquaponics, and we have seen IKEA designing a line of products for indoor veggie growing. This trend has been growing, pun intended, in the past few years and will continue to do so. This is it for our 7 food trends for 2018, but one thing that I think we should not forget and we should actively make sure that it remains a trend is the emphasis and giving value to local products. This is slow food, it's buying local and emphasizing small producers who do things well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what is your favorite food trend for 2018. Maybe what are the food trends that you think I have forgotten. And of course, subscribe to this channel to never miss another food design video again. As always, thank you for watching this video. Have a lovely day and happy food design.